Hi, I'm James, and I will be sharing my original oratory today. An old Irish proverb once said, "Good friends are like four-leaf clovers, hard to find, but lucky to have." This quote reminds me of a memory. Over the summer, I went to a morning conditioning camp with my football team. We went to the field every morning, Monday through Thursday, for the whole summer. One day, Coach gathered us over by the big lineman sled. He gathered us over at the beginning of practice and said, "I need the big lineman sled to the top field within 20 minutes. Get to it." He walked away, leaving us clueless. We all stood around and looked at each other with confused faces. We thought he was joking. There was no way we could carry that 800-pound sled to the upper field. Turns out he wasn't joking, so we had to carry the sled to the top field. We marched and marched over the concrete, our legs starting to burn. We gathered all of our linemen, me included, to push as hard as we could up the hill. I was right in the middle of everyone. I had to balance the weight of the sled all on my own. Except I didn't. I had my whole team right behind me, encouraging me to push harder. The top field was in sight. With all the effort left in us, we got it up to the top hill. Once we all got it up, we looked at each other, then looked back at how far we had come. We had come that far together. We looked at each other again, then yelled as loud as we could. We yelled in victory, an accomplishment. I then realized that we were all very tired and worn out, but we got it up anyway. It was not our strength or endurance that got us to the top of the hill. It was the fact that we were all in it together. It was our friendship that got us to the top hill. We never gave up and we kept going, kept pushing each other to be better. That is what got us to the top. But what has made me disappointed is looking around this society today, I realize many friendships are not true and good anymore. We are taking friendships for granted. We have relationships with amazing people, and we don't seem to think anything of it. We don't seem to care that we have a great friend or team at our side who is always there. And we don't realize how amazing friendships can be. That is why I'm here today, and I'm going to talk about getting taken for granted, the importance of healthy relationships, and the meaning of friendship. I was walking with one of my friends around the school a few weeks ago. I noticed that everyone would say hi to him, ask him questions, and they all looked so excited to see him. I asked him, "Wow, bro, you're pretty popular. Everyone is saying hi to you and looks so excited to see you." He said, "Meh, I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal." I didn't respond, but to me, it was a huge deal. I know lots of people that would have killed to be in the position that he was in. He was really lucky, but he didn't know it. The sad thing is, though, is that this has happened a lot over the past few years. People normally take others for granted when they think they aren't anything special or they just get looked over. TeenHealthAndWellness.com explains that some of the causes of getting taken for granted are the relationship lacks appropriate boundaries, there's a sense of too much energy and affection, and you don't share that much common interest. We can prevent getting taken for granted by giving our friends their space, don't be the only one reaching out to them, and try to find common ground with them. With this information, our friendships will be more united and stronger, but our friendships will get nowhere if they aren't healthy. And this brings me to my second point. Gloria Steinem once said, "Far too many people are looking for the right person instead of trying to be the right person." And people.howstuffworks.com says the same thing. They say the impact of having good friends can bring more happiness into our lives than almost anything else, and prevent loneliness and isolation. Developing close friendships can have a powerful impact on our physical and mental health. We just have to make sure they are healthy. Talking about healthy relationships reminds me of a show I really enjoy, Stranger Things. Have any of you seen Stranger Things? Now look back to the first season and look at Nancy and Steve's relationship. And if you haven't seen Stranger Things, it's okay. There are these two teens named Nancy and Steve, and they're dating in the first season, and their relationship is really toxic and potentially dangerous. Nancy and Steve's relationship was pretty toxic and unhealthy because they would force each other to do things they weren't comfortable with, they pushed each other's boundaries, and they cheated, and they caused each other to make bad decisions and act how they wouldn't normally act. Again, Stranger Things is fictional, took place in the 80s, but in our world today, Unhealthy relationships look a lot like that, and they're becoming more frequent. Friendships are being destroyed, boundaries are being pushed, and hateful words and actions are commonly surfacing. PsychologyToday.com explains some of the signs of a toxic relationship are jealousy, bullying, using, and flaking. If you have realized that you might be in a toxic relationship, talk to that person about it. Tell them your issues and realize it's okay to say stop. Try and work it out with the person. If you work it out, great. Make sure it stays healthy and true. But if you haven't worked it out, get out of that relationship. Nothing good will come out of it for you and your friend. It is good to leave areas that are full of negativity and resentment. With this information, our friendships can be more healthy and strong. But in order to have good friendships, we need to understand the meaning of them. Which brings me to my third and final point. I believe that the definition of a true friendship is someone who has your back, no matter what. They watch out for you and ensure you are not in danger. They will never purposely lead you into making decisions that aren't good for you. And we should feel fully comfortable in a good relationship. The website goodtherapy.org describes a true friendship will always have your best interest at heart. A friend is a companion you know, like, and trust. You feel affection for your friends, and you trust them. But there's more to friendship. Just trusting and liking each other isn't enough. You both have to want to be friends. Here's something else important about what friends are. Some of the best ones feel like family, but you weren't born into a friendship. You're pretty much stuck with the family you're born into. Not saying that's bad, but you can choose your friends. We should make the most of our friendships because we never know which way they will go. True friendships allow you to express yourself and be who you are with no resentment, and they can last a lifetime. And lastly, the most important thing for friendships to work is effort and desire. Effort and desire keep our relationships true and close. If we put nothing into it, we'll get nothing out of it. We need to have the desire to have a good friendship and the effort to make it great. With effort and desire, we could stop being taken for granted, stop being in toxic relationships, and start to find more true friendships. The old Greek philosopher Aristotle said, "The desire for friendship comes quickly. Friendships do not." He says that friendships take work in order for them to be good. We have lifted up the sled, but now we need to take it up the hill. And now I close off with a question. Will you leave the sled where it is and say, "Meh, at least I got it this far. My team and my friends can carry it up the rest of the way"? Or will you lift the sled up with all you got and drive it all the way up the hill? Thank you.